Oh, there we go. Gotta love when that happens. Okay. Hi everyone. I'm just setting up and I'm gonna wait for people to hop on here. I'm a little early because I'm early with everything. So, hello, hello, hello. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna turn the volume down. This way I can see your comments while I talk to you, and then, yeah. Hi everyone. Okay. So today we are talking about color theory, which will be fun. I haven't got too in depth. Hi everyone, with color theory. But if you haven't checked out my new watercolor workbook that I put up on my Etsy shop January 1st, I do have a whole section on what we are covering today. So if you are interested in learning color theory, it is all in my booklet. We're gonna go over this stuff today, that stuff, and then a little bit of mixing. So if you didn't catch this, this is on my Etsy shop, and it's not a hard copy, so it's just a PDF file that you can download and print yourself, or you can just have it on your computer. But yeah, so that is there. Just gonna look at some of the comments. Thank you guys for all of your amazing comments the other day on my last video. It was hard for me to post, but I did it, and you guys were super kind and warm, and so many people like to share their stories, and it was a little overwhelming because I just wanted to hug everybody. But yeah, so thank you guys for being so awesome. If you guys have any questions, I will be trying to look at my screen over here and read your questions as we go along. It is hard to try and do both, but I will. Okay, so I'm gonna move from this camera angle to the camera angle of my papers. And excuse me while I do this. My Etsy shop name is Emma, oh God, sorry. Goodness gracious. Oh, why did I do this? I hate technology. Hold on, guys. My Etsy shop is MJ Lefebvre Watercolor Studio, but it's hard to search, so I will put, gosh darn it, on. Oh my gosh, that was not an attractive angle at all. Yeah, it's apparently people can't search for my Etsy shop for some reason. I should have just held this the whole time. It's not coming up on search, so I will put a link in the description below. It's really hard to focus on trying to read what you guys are saying and talk. Multitasking I can't do. Let me just see what people are saying. You've been watching since I had like 4,000 viewers. Yeah, that is crazy. I'm at 90,000 subscribers, and I don't know how that happened. It just did, and I'm like overwhelmed, but very excited. So, okay. So now I am going to put you up in my other, oh my gosh, I am so bad with this. You know what? I really tried to set it up so it would look good and professional, but I didn't. See, there's my screen that I'm watching you on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Gonna try not to be a crazy lady. Okay. I'm gonna jump into color theory because we only have about an hour and I want to give you as much information as I can. Okay, and I will try and read. I have my screen over here with your questions, so I will try and read them as we go. If you have not made yourself a color wheel, I definitely suggest you do that. These are very handy to have on hand at all times. Just for reference, if you're not too familiar with a color wheel. This is a little chart I made. I think I copied it from something on Google. If you look up warm and cool colors, there's all these different charts. You know what? I'm going to post one of these on my Instagram so you guys can look at it and make your own if you like. It's also in my book. but it will help you with warm and cool color charts, which we will get into. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the basics of a color wheel in case some of you don't know. We have 3 primary colors. Now, I did a video on primary colors before, and I found out that it was actually cyan, magenta, and yellow were primary colors, but we're gonna go with the yellow, blue, and red, because really there's just kind of like versions of those colors anyway. Cyan is a type of blue, and magenta is a derivative from red. So we're gonna go with these. Primary colors are these 3, and mixing these colors in different combinations makes our secondary colors. Blue and yellow make green, yellow and orange make yellow and red make orange, and red and blue make purple. Okay, so we know that we have our primary colors and our secondary colors. So you can make basically any color with these 3 colors. But what you may have trouble with is warm and cool colors. So looking at our chart here, we have 3 warm colors, which are yellow, orange, and red. This top half, those are our warm colors. And then we have our cool colors, which are green, blue, and purple. Now, why does this matter? Well, because when you're trying to mix colors, it can get a little tricky if you're not mixing the right shades. Okay, so you look at your paints. I'm just gonna bust out my little box of Winsor nude paints here that I have. You know, I have, see how many blues I have, okay? I have intense blue, turquoise, I have cerulean blue hue, which I don't use. I have phthalo turquoise, which I don't really use. I have indigo. The one that I really like, which I don't have anymore, which I need to get a new tube of, is Ultramarine. And basically there's all these different shades of blue. Okay, and depending on which blue and maybe another color you mix together will make a difference on the outcome of that color. So have you ever mixed blue and red trying to get a purple and it just comes out like really muddy and gross? Anybody? Anyway, it's happened to me. Like it's very difficult to make purple with blue and red. That's because a lot of the reds that we have and a lot of the blues, they're not the right shades. So you need, in order to make a nice purple, you need a warm blue and a cool red, okay? I wonder if I can zoom in. Did I do it? Yes. Okay. Okay, so you need, we're gonna look at this chart, okay? And so when you're trying to pick out colors at an art store and you're like, I don't know which shades to get, I will give you some suggestions, but I'm just gonna show you the difference. I am so like spazzy right now. I'm really trying to keep it together. Okay. I'm gonna show you how to figure out if a shade of like yellow is a warm or a cool shade. Okay. So I'm gonna take my color wheel here, and there's yellow. Basically, you're gonna swatch the 2 different yellows you have or 2 different blues, and you're gonna have to look at them side by side. So looking at these 2 side by side, they're both yellow, but you can see they're very different shades of yellow. This yellow is more of a neon kind of bright yellow, and it's leaning more towards green. It has a bit of a greenish tinge to it. And you know that because looking at this one, it clearly looks a little bit more orangey. So this would be a warm yellow, and this would be a cool yellow. It's a cool yellow because it's leaning more towards green, which is a cool color. This one is leaning more towards orange, which is a warm color. Warm yellow, cool yellow. Does that make sense? I hope. Okay, let's look at our red. Now, orange, which I figured out, I mean, that's actually a red. Orange is in the middle. It can't really lean towards a cool side because if you look, it would either lean towards a yellow orange or a red orange, and they're both warm. So every orange is going to be warm, okay? But red. This is Cadmium Red, which looks very orange to me. And this is Cadmium Red Deep, okay? So looking at it, which one leans more towards the orange side? Definitely the Cadmium Red, right? So that would make it a warm red. This one, while it doesn't really look bluish or purplish, leaning towards purple, compared to this one, it looks more pinkish, purplish, which would be like a type of purple, okay? So you know that that's a cooler red and that's a warm red, okay? So you'll get a better result mixing a cool red that's leaning more towards purple. It wants to mix purple, okay? So you're gonna get a better result of mixing a purple using a cool red, okay? And then for the blues, let's look at my blues here. I have Ultramarine and I have Turquoise, okay? Turquoise is a little bit brighter, and turquoise is usually a mixture of blue and green, so you know it's a cool blue. It's leaning more towards the green side. It wants to mix green. And then the ultramarine is a warmer blue, okay? It almost looks like a purple. So you know that that would be a, hold on. It looks like a purple, but it's leaning more towards the red side. I know purple is on the side. It's a little confusing, but basically one is going to be more green and the other one is going to be more of a reddish purple. And that will be the one that you want to mix with red. I hope this makes sense. What colors are warm and cool? The warm and cool colors, if you missed it, yellow, orange, and red are warm colors. Purple, blue, and green are cool colors. Okay? So just look at this chart again, okay? So those colors are warm. These colors, well, this one is supposed to be warm. It's still a blue, it's cool, but it's a warmer blue. I know it's a little tricky and it even took me a little bit to wrap my head around, but if you make this chart and then you do this with your paints, you know what I mean? Like do that kind of method, watch it again. I really hope I'm making sense and I'm not just blubbering here, okay? That this will make sense to you. Now I'm just gonna show you by mixing colors of why this is important, okay? So I am going to mix colors that want to, oops, let's move out a little bit, that want to blend with each other. So looking at my chart here, I want to mix a purple, right? And remember these ones were leaning more towards that purple side. So that was Cadmium Red Deep. Just gonna swatch it here. Then I'm gonna put some in the middle. It's better to mix it on your palette. I don't really suggest you doing it on the paper like this, but whatever. And then Ultramarine, which is a nice warm blue, okay? And it's still really dark. Like I find it hard to make a purple with red and blue. Let me just lighten this up a bit so you can see it. But that is purple, okay? Just wanna make sure you guys can see. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you what it would look like if you mixed, again, a red and blue that were not the right combination, okay? So even let's forget about picking the right blue. Let's get this warm red, okay? And this is a tricky one because in most Winsor Newton, oh my goodness, my brain, preset like palettes, they use Cadmium Red, which you think, okay, great, I got a red, but it's very orangey. So mixing this red to get like a purple is very difficult. So that's why I like to buy Cadmium Red Deep on its own. I just think it looks better. So we have Cadmium Red here. I'll put some in the middle. And I'll even use the Ultramarine, you know, the right blue that you're supposed to use, okay? That has more blue in it. And it does not look very nice. Okay, it's more like a brown. And it would be even worse with turquoise. Okay, you need the right combination. I'm gonna give you a little trick for mixing a purple. Don't even use red. You can basically use any blue. So here's turquoise, which really wants to mix a green. I didn't want to wipe that off. And grab yourself some pink. So I have some permanent rose here. And that always makes a beautiful purple. Okay? You can basically mix permanent rose or pink with any blue and you'll make a beautiful purple. So I always suggest when you are buying colors to grab a cadmium red deep, because I just love a really rich red. I like ultramarine blue, or this is fine, intense blue or turquoise. Depends what you use it for. I use a lot of turquoise. That's not turquoise though. Cadmium yellow, and then a permanent rose. Okay, those are my 4 colors that I will suggest. I actually have a video coming out on Wednesday where I create 2 different floral bouquets using only these 4 colors and mixing them, and I create like 12 new colors just with these 4. Okay, so yes, pink is a cool red. Okay, so I definitely suggest, if you're on a budget, and don't think that you need to buy these big ones. I bought these to teach a workshop with, so for lots of students, but I would definitely get the smaller ones of these 4 colors and you should be golden. Okay? Yes. I just want to make sure, I'm just reading your comments just to make sure that I'm not missing too much. There's a lot, so I'm sorry if there's a little lull here. Yeah. That first one came out almost brown because it's leaning more towards orange, right? So in orange and blue are complementary colors, and I forgot to mention that. Complementary colors, if you don't know, are the 2 colors that sit across from each other on the color wheel. So green and red, orange and blue, and yellow and purple. Mix any of those 2 combinations together, you will get a shade of brown. So that's great for mixing your own browns. If you use those combinations in a painting together, it can create great harmony and just like draw your eye in and make the painting pop. But yeah, so because that other red was leaning more towards the orangey, it's basically orange and blue and you're mixing a brown, right? Okay. So do I have a list of the warm and cool colors from the Winsor Newton line? Yeah, I kind of said them here. So the cool yellow is lemon yellow. Honestly, I don't use it that much. If you're going to get a yellow, I would just go for cadmium yellow because it mixes well with everything. I just happen to have that one. Cadmium yellow, nope, sorry, lemon yellow, cadmium yellow, cadmium red, which I don't really like to use all that often. I prefer cadmium red deep. Ultramarine blue, which I really enjoy, and turquoise. They're my 2 favorite blues. This is Hooker's Green Dark, I believe, or is it Viridian? It might be Viridian. I think it's Viridian, yeah. But I love Hooker's Green Dark, and I love Sap Green. Those are my 2 favorite greens. I don't usually use Viridian. And that's it. So those are the colors I suggest if you want to get 2 of each. But yeah. Makes sense. I'm glad it's making sense because I find that I don't. Repeat the colors I suggested. Cadmium red deep hue, intense blue or turquoise you could do, cadmium red, cadmium yellow hue, and permanent rose are the ones that I definitely suggest. Yeah, so ultramarine and cadmium red deep make a pretty decent purple, but I just suggest mixing with pink. It looks great. Sap green is like one of my favorite. Yes, you can also darken or deepen colors by adding a small amount of its complementary color. Correct. And you can also mute a tone that way. So yeah, if I wanted to darken this purple, so we have red and blue, I mean, you could add a bit of yellow, but I don't know. So to mute a color, let's say we have red, two different types. Okay, red and green. I'm going to use Hooker's Green Dark. Okay, these 2 are complementary colors, right? They sit across from each other on the color wheel. If I wanted to darken this red without losing its red, I use the tiniest bit of the green, and you can get this deep shade. I don't know if you can see that. You can even do it a bit more. Now, and I mean like the tiniest bit, because if you mix half and half, you will get brown, okay? But you see that deep, almost burgundy shade of red? And then it goes the other way with mixing a green, right? So let's grab a little bit of that red. That's too much. Don't do that. Okay, and then you get an even darker green by mixing a tiny bit of red, okay? You can darken colors by adding its complementary color, but only in the slightest bit, okay? So there's that. Also, I'm just gonna go through some of the stuff that I go through in my book. So what if you have that darker yellow? Can you make it brighter? Like the lemon? Okay, so yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to read your comments. Not really. I don't think you can make it brighter like the yellow. So if you would like to use a really, really bright yellow like this, I just don't use that color that often. But again, when picking out colors, have them be what you want them to be, right? Like you may not use the same colors I do. I tend to, you know, gravitate towards certain colors. If you think you're going to use like more of a neon yellow, go for it, right? But in a lot of my paintings, I like the darker, deeper yellows like that. Okay. To get a lighter version of it, you could just, no, I don't think so. I mean, you can just lighten it up with water, but it's still not going to be as vibrant as that yellow. So that's lemon yellow, and that's cadmium yellow. Pigment numbers. Okay. Yeah, so I always thought you would add black to make colors darker as well. And I used to do that, especially with acrylic. But after lots of, you know, researching in color theory, complementary colors can do incredible things. Why is there paint on my book? It's all good. So yeah, I definitely suggest you check. Like, just spend some time mixing colors. It's so much fun. I've never tried making my own watercolors. That scares me. Okay, so just a few other things about color theory. Oh my gosh, when did this paint get on there? That's okay. I could even go through a little walkthrough of what's in my book if you guys are interested before purchasing. Again, it is a PDF file. It is not a hard copy. I simply cannot print them all off and mail them out. The only time I have to do any of my stuff, like my filming, is during my son's nap time. And on Mondays, I usually get some time. My husband gives me some time, but it's still not enough time. Okay, so how do you say your last name? Lefave. Oh, that's funny. I know. It's my husband's last name. And yeah, I remember when we started dating, I'm like, how do you say this dude's last name? Lefebvre. It's not Lefebvre. It's Lefave. It's a conversation piece. I can't complain. Lefave. Just pretend I'm your favorite teacher. Lefave. I'm Lefave. Okay, so in my book, I go through supply guides, all the things I suggest. I go through every color that's actually in my palette. That's a recreation of my real palette with all the colors that I have. I go through just terms and stuff that I use, and then color theory. So we went through our color wheel: primary colors, secondary colors, tertiary colors. Okay, let me go through this. Tertiary colors, I hope I'm saying that right, are the colors you get, so this color wheel, when you mix a primary color and a secondary color together. So if you were to mix yellow and orange, right? That's supposed to be orange. You're gonna get a yellowy orange, right? You mix red and orange, you're gonna get an orangey red. You mix red and purple, you're gonna get a purpley red. It's the colors in between that you mix. So you mix purple and red together. You mix red and orange together. You mix blue and green, you're gonna get a blue-green, okay? Those are tertiary colors, and those are great to have and mix. Warm and cool colors, we just went through this. I go through that all in my book as well. If you're more of like a visual learner instead of just listening to me ramble. Analogous colors are the colors on the color wheel, 3 or 4 colors that sit next to each other. So here I did a couple examples of painting with analogous colors. So this one I did pink, red, and yellow. And then I did a blue, purple, and then a lighter blue. And it kind of brings harmony to your piece. And it makes it look really good, which is always fun. And then complementary colors we went through. And those are the 3 pieces that I did tutorials on those, yeah? Yeah, I did. Using the complementary colors, the orange and blue, yellow and purple, and green and red, okay? And then the rest of my book, I go into in-depth in color mixing, which is always fun. And I suggest you take a day and color mix. I go through all these little things to practice, color bleeds, value scales. I go into wet on wet, wet on dry, water control, all that fun stuff, light and shadow, basic strokes, and that's about it, just in case you were wondering. Do I have a favorite watercolor artist? I sure do. Her name is Stephanie Fehrenbach, and I took one of her classes 3 years ago when I started painting, and I was obsessed. Not in a creepy way. Steph, if you're watching this, it's not creepy. Her stuff is insanely gorgeous. I actually have one of her paintings on my wall. I bought an original, and it's funny because I've never bought an original painting before, but I had to have one of hers because she is what got me started on all of this. So yeah. Just watching to see if there's any comments. Yes, I will post a link to my Etsy page once this is all done, and I can give you all the stuff. Certain type of paper to teach kids. Okay, so my favorite watercolor paper is Arches paper, but with kids, you know, that's probably not feasible because it's really good quality paper. If you're just using it for kids, I'd say get some cheap Canson paper. Nothing under 140 pounds. If you are looking to teach, like, you want better quality paper for kids, I love B paper. This is my practice paper. I use this for practicing, and a lot of my tutorials actually too, because it is cheaper than Arches, and to me it's kind of like a second best option. Yeah, the painting that I have of hers, I have one on my wall, but I had another one. I just cleaned my office. Do you ever just clean your office and then you're like, where did I put all my things? Because I do that all the time. I'm gonna take this off of the tripod now. Oh, and look at the backsplash. That's me watching you guys, and that's my wall behind my desk. Hi. I'm kind of a disaster of a person. Let's be honest here. Yeah. Oh, Stephanie's painting is right there. Can you? Ooh. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my God. I love it so much. It's so beautiful. Cool. There's a dude on here. That, you know, I always find it's a lot of women, and I find it interesting when there's men on here. I think that's cool. Stephanie is not on YouTube, actually. She is on Instagram. Her last name is Fehrenbach. I will link her Instagram below. She also often does courses, and she's pretty wonderful. And I think she actually did, oh my gosh, my brain is gone. A collaboration with the Happy Ever Crafter. And so she is on one of her videos, and she shows you how to paint something. So I will link that too, because that's always good to have. Show me your florals. Yes, through the Happy Ever Crafter. Yes. I took my very first workshop with the two of them 3 years ago, and it was lovely, and I learned so much. Look how messy my office is. Don't look over there. Okay. Dudes who craft too. I love it. Love it. Oh God, I wish my husband crafted with me. I made him paint once. He did not enjoy it. But I'm gonna convert my son. I've decided. He actually likes painting when we're in my room. He likes taking my paintbrush and putting it in the water and then in the paint and then in the water and then in the paint. And that's as far as he goes. What? I should scoot to the left. So I are not behind the chat. What? Oh, am I behind the chat? Okay, because it's different on my screen. Is that better? I have no idea. Better? Okay, cool. Yeah, see, I don't see these things. Shirley, I have not heard of that person. She's amazing. Okay. It's to the left. Good to know. Your left or my left? Because that's my right. I'm center on your screen. That's good. Oh my gosh, look at this hair. Okay. I love it. Is this a weird video? I feel like once I just start like blabbing about things, like this is when people are gonna get bored. My little boy's so cute. Thank you. He is so cute. He is hilarious, and I love him to bits and pieces. Your granddaughters like to paint. Okay, so I want to do workshops. I'm trying to figure out how I can put this without putting it back on my tripod. But I think I just will, and I really hope I don't mess this up. Don't break. Oh, God. Okay. I love how I look when I do that. It's never attractive, and yet I still do it. Your granddaughters paint like that too. I love it. I can't wait till he actually gets into this stuff, because I originally started teaching kids, and I taught kindergarten for 6 years, and I absolutely love teaching kids art. So I hope he likes it, because if he doesn't, I may cry. It's fine. He can be his own person. It's fine. Oh, you got the brushes I recommended for Christmas. That's awesome. So many people got art supplies for Christmas, and it makes me so happy. I actually ordered Amazon products, or like new markers, like Tombow markers and like pencils and erasers. And I put them in my own stocking because my husband would have no idea what to get. Now I am right behind the chat. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. Is that better? I thought you painted that pic on your wall. You're just talented. That picture I did not paint. I did not paint that one. Workshops. Okay. I am so terrified. Not to the actual, like, of teaching them, of planning them and figuring it all out. I am so scared. I don't know why. But yeah. Now the chat's in my face, but it's fine. I don't need to see my own face. Any videos on using watercolor pencils? No. You know what? I've only used watercolor pencils with my kids at school because it is mess-free and super fun. But for myself, I haven't really enjoyed them, so probably not. Where am I? At home in Toronto. Not Toronto. I'm north of Toronto. I used to live in Toronto. No, so the whole thing about doing tutorials, like, or in class things, it's not like what I would teach. I would have that all done. I don't know why. Finding a venue, getting all the supplies, getting people signed up, and figuring out payment, like all of that just seems so scared to me. Like, do I do it around my house where I live now? Like, would people actually come to, like, I'm up in Richmond Hill, just north of Toronto, and I'm like, I don't know if people would come, and where do I go? Where do I plan this? You know? I don't know. So I'm like so nervous, and then I don't know anybody else in Vancouver. My next tutorial on Monday, someone suggested to do birth month flowers, and so you're in Richmond Hill too. Cool. Hey, neighbor. Oh my god, I'm so awkward. Oh, my brain is gone. I'm done. I don't know what I was gonna say. North Toronto. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay. Maybe I will do something around here and people can commute. I don't know. Like, where would you find a venue? Like, I feel like I'm supposed to be professional and know all this stuff, but I have no idea what I'm doing, and it scares me. I'm in Richmond Hill, Ontario, in case you were wondering. Argentina, cool. Are Arteza water paints any good? I don't know. I was approached by that company. Is it Arteza? And then they never, I thought they were going to give me some stuff to try out, and they never did. A real-time online class. I mean, I don't know. Local churches. Michael's host classes too. Yeah, I was looking at their space. They have one like right near me. I was thinking about that. Maybe a library. But also like pricing. So the workshops that I went to, the first one was like a 6-hour workshop. It was like a half calligraphy, half watercolor, and it was like $200. Totally worth it. Like, I loved it. I walked away with supplies and stuff that, like, everything I needed to know. I would totally pay that. But then I'm like, would other people pay that much to be with me? I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking about a paint night idea at a pub too, but then again, pricing, because I know those paint nights are like $25. I can't do this for $25. Like, because of the materials, it's not like big jars of paint that, you know, you're just squeezing out onto paper plates and like a $2 canvas. You know, the paper costs more money, the paint is a bit more money. I'm just like, and then the brushes, like, so I have this whole thing of brushes from my last, when I hosted one at my house. And then, but like, does it look bad that they're all stained? Like, to reuse for things? I think it's fine. I don't know. I just think too much. This is where my anxiety comes in, guys. Full-blown anxiety about this. Okay? So, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess you could bring your own supplies. There's just so much to think about, and it just overwhelms me. That's my anxiety for sure. It's, I want to do this, but it's just, yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading what you guys are saying. We have a lower cost pleasure. I like these ideas. But yeah, that's definitely my next thing, okay? My next goal is to do workshops, because while I love teaching on YouTube and I will still do it, I want to talk to people and hear their voices, not just my own. You know what I mean? And like, Curry's and Markham, do they host classes there? Because that's the Curry's I go to. But yeah, that's my next goal, is to do these. I won't go away from YouTube. One thing that I'm nervous about, so I was talking to my husband about this, is that like, how many videos can I actually like do though? Like, how long can this actually last? Like, I was thinking, I'm like, what if I run out of ideas? Like, I have over 100 videos now. I've been doing this for almost a year solid. I started February, I think like 28th, doing 3 videos a week. And then I cut down to 2 videos, I think in the summer, but like, thanks Grandma. I love that. Yeah, I'm trying not to give personal details. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm so worried like people will stop watching, or like what if I run out of ideas, or I don't know. There's just so much I want to do too. The whole Etsy thing is a new thing. I want to, my next, no, okay, I have so many goals, guys. Okay, 1, I'll show you my goals for 2020, because this is what I do. Okay, goals 2020, teach workshops in person. 2, sell artwork on Etsy. 3, make it to 100K subscribers on YouTube. Those are my 3 goals for the year. I've already started selling things on Etsy, my books, which is awesome. But my next goal for that is to tackle those, all of those are originals that I want to sell on Etsy. And then all of those are originals that I want to sell on Etsy. I just want to make sure I scan them so I have copies of them, and then I can piece and part with them. But yeah. Recommended brushes are Princeton snap brushes. I use them in every single one of my videos, just in case you were wondering. A chart like what? Oh, a chart like that. Yeah. Do goals for 2020, guys. Okay. I'm close to 100K on YouTube. And when you get 100K, you get a plaque from YouTube. And I'm so excited for this stupid plaque that says I got to 100K. I mean, honestly, numbers don't matter. The fact that I'm connecting with so many of you is awesome. Like, that is the goal, and I'm achieving that, and it's awesome. But I mean, a cool plaque. That sounds pretty cool, right? Because then I can hang it up and make me feel so special. My scanner is this one. Epson. Oh my god, look at all the garbage around. Epson Workforce Pro WF4630. It's a scanner printer. Don't really use it for a printer. I did at the beginning, and then it wasn't great, and then the ink would run out. It was expensive, so I stopped. Yeah, right? Everyone loves a plaque. It's like a trophy. It makes me feel so good. Like I accomplished. Like I already know I've accomplished a lot, and like you guys tell me every day, and it's really incredible, but like I'm on a plaque. So, you know. Yeah. What's my thinking on doing prints versus originals? I don't know. Prints, I think, are easier. I don't know what do people want. I don't know. I like, if I'm gonna buy someone's artwork, I would like it original, I think. I'm just trying to, that's why I want to get, not rid of all my stuff, but I do want to put all my stuff. No, that's the thing, is I don't know. I think it would just be paper. Like, I would just sell them. Yeah, prints and originals would be a great idea. This is another thing, is that, oh, sorry, my blanket's caught. It's just so much work, and so much time that I need to do this. I need to scan and edit the watercolors, and then I need to put it up on Etsy. I need to like somehow make it look nice, and then mail it out. And like, I have a toddler that is attached to my hip at all times. No, I need to frame them, right? Yeah, I can't frame them. I just don't have the time. I wish I did. I wish this was my full-time job, but unfortunately, not unfortunately, my full-time job is a mom, and that's what comes first, and this is just how it is. I just don't have the time to do everything I want. I love how this turned from color theory to just like chatting. I hope you guys don't mind. And I wonder if actually, see, then I'm like wondering, are people actually going to watch this after? Probably not. They'll probably stop after color theory, but that's okay. I have sold a few prints, like for Christmas. I have on my Etsy shop, so I've sold a few. Like the little fox painting I did, that's on there. Exactly. You buy an original? Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of a bunch of my originals. Like all the things in my tutorials, I'm going to try and scan them so I have a copy and then put them up on Etsy. So it'll be like first come, first serve. So you're going to have to watch out. I will make an announcement. Probably on my Instagram, though. I will try to make one on YouTube. But I find it's harder to let people know on YouTube. 3 a.m. in Ireland. Love it. Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. It's kind of a mega Q&A. It did turn into that, eh? Guys, help me. I don't have any emotional, really, attachment to a lot of my paintings. I have so many, guys. I have so many. Like, think about all the videos I've done. There's over 100. I don't even know how many there are. And they're just sitting there. There's one I have an emotional attachment to that I will not sell. Oh my gosh. I'm cold in my office. I'll show you. That is not an attractive look. And it's this one. Because I made it like the first few months. This was after my first workshop with Stephanie. And it was like, this is Canson watercolor paper. And I did some embossing for the lettering. But it says, you were given this life because you were strong enough to live it. And this was from one of my first paintings I ever did. Like after my workshops and like practicing for a while. And this is one I will not give up. Oh, there's Stephanie's painting. I'm just throwing things on the ground. This is by Stephanie Fehrenbach, this original, and it's gorgeous. And then this one is hers as well. Are my paintings light fast? They are, most of them are done with, Winsor and Newton Cotman watercolors. So I believe they are light, they're not as, see, that's the tricky part, is when you don't use the professional paints that are super duper expensive. Your paintings will not last as long. Will it last like this is the thing. If you put any watercolor painting in direct sunlight for too long, it's gonna lose its pigment, right? So you just got to take care of it. But I don't know. Does that make sense? I have never tried a pan set from Winsor & Newton, but I assume that they're pretty good. I think. Okay, so Patreon. People keep mentioning this to me. I know, right? We need to make a list. Take a deep breath and do one step at a time. I'm trying. It's so hard. Patreon. I don't understand it. So I get that people like, and that was another thing that overwhelmed me. So you guys are getting like the real me tonight, okay? Because I get really overwhelmed with things. And when I have too many things on the go, just even thinking, just of what I want to do, my brain left again. I don't know, I get overwhelmed. I tried Patreon, I looked it up, and then you have to like make these tiers of what you're going to give people. And I'm just thinking, I am giving all of these free tutorials on YouTube, and I just don't know what more I could give that people would actually want to pay for. You know what I mean? People are saying, here's like, give away a free print or so. I'm like, when am I going to have the time to do this? I don't know. So that's my thing with Patreon. I eventually want to do it, but like, I can't see people wanting to actually pay for something that they're really getting for free. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You guys are funny. I'm super sensitive. Yeah, I am. See, I'm like picking at myself right now. Okay. Time is it? 9:47. We have about like 10 minutes left, guys. One of my weekly tutorials for pattern. We seriously need to chat about Patreon. I mean, if you guys want to give me ideas of how I could set up my Patreon, of what I could give, like this is the thing, is I need to give my Patreon people who are paying me money I need to give them something extra, and I feel like I'm giving so much already with my tutorials. I don't know what more I could give, what time. I told you lately that I love you. Love you too. Thanks. I'm super awkward, guys. Not giveaways. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah. Start with $1 option, but what would you guys get for $1? I don't know. Yeah, being... Why is this one slower? The space bar. Oh, I need to write that down. Sorry. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm pretty sure I also have a little form of ADD. Everything works too fast in my head. This space works. I'm taking notes. Sorry. This is not professional. Okay, done. Sorry. Oh, and can you believe I haven't had anything to drink? Again, I'm just naturally this crazy. Early access to content. Okay. I wonder if I can save this chat. Line drawing for a higher tier. Okay. Okay. Free sketch of the painting. Okay. I wonder how many Princeton snap brushes I've sold. Yeah, I love them. I don't know why. And you know what? Like, I have better quality brushes. Apparently these Heritage Series brushes by Princeton are better quality. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I don't use it. I don't like it. I like my Princeton snap ones. I like what I like, and then that's that. Okay, I can watch it back. Cool. Aw, about supporting the artist. But I feel like you guys support me already. Like, I am making an income from YouTube, and it blows my mind that that is even possible. Like, I make videos and I get paid a bit, and it's like, it's crazy to me. So you guys are doing more than enough just watching and subscribing. Like, you guys have no idea how much you're helping me. Yeah, that's true. I could talk to you guys for like this. Yeah, okay. You guys are like, you're like my cheerleaders. $2 a month, okay. Do I get offers to do reviews or sponsor videos? Okay, so I got a sponsor video for Skillshare a while back. I don't think they like what I did. It's fine. There was like a couple videos for that one, and then I was approached by Arteza, and then they didn't message me back, and I really wanted some free art supplies because I just wanted to try something different. People are always like, why don't you try other like paints? Because watercolors are expensive, and I don't have money to go out and spend on a bunch of different types just to try, you know? So that's why I stick with what I enjoy, and unless it's like cheaper than my Winsor & Newton. And the thing is, I also don't need another palette. I have this one, and then I have all the paints to fill it up, so I don't go and buy a ton of paint. You know, yeah, I tried to reach out to Winsor & Newton and Princeton and Arches, because basically I think I give them a lot of business, and they're all just like, no, we're not looking for any blah blah blahs at this time. I'm like, I hope they come in. I would love free art supplies, and then I can give free art supplies away, because you know what, everything I've given away so far I bought with my own money, because when I do have like extra money and I can give stuff away, I would love to do that. Hi, what are we talking about on here? You're late. Well, that's okay. We're just talking. We're just, I'm blabbing. Should I save this video? I feel like now that I've just talked too much, people are gonna be like, "Rrr." Okay, you guys need to approach Winsor & Newton, be like, I buy all your products because of Emma LaFave. You should give her free things. Okay, do that. Okay, Q&A live would be, I could do that. I can talk clearly. I don't always make sense, but I can talk for a while. Patreon. Okay, guys, you're helping me out here. Whoa, look at all those messages. Princeton Snap should give me a plaque. I agree. I just want plaques on my wall of things saying I did a good job. That's all I want in life. Save this video. Okay, I will save the video. I feel like I'm such a dork on camera. Get your Patreons to sponsor that kind of investment in your art. Okay. Yes. Okay, so there's a Desiree's by me. I didn't even know Desiree's. Okay, so I didn't even know of Desiree's. If you don't know, it's an art store in Canada. I don't know if it's outside of Canada. P.S. Blick art materials, so cheap. And I wish they had them here. I ordered all my brushes for my workshop in bulk from there. And I wish they had that here because it's not fair. But yeah, Desiree's, they have one right near me and I had no idea. So I'm going to approach them maybe and see. And Curry's. I'm a Curry's girl because I've been using them since high school, so. Cute. Also, some YouTubers have P.O. boxes. Yeah, I'm gonna get a P.O. box too. Because I've had some people just send stuff to my home and then I feel really weird about like giving out my address. I'm not a dork. I'm amazing. You guys are so nice. I'm sitting here in my pajama. Guys, this is a pajama shirt. Okay? The only reason why my hair looks decent is that I just came back from the salon. Okay? And this is how it looks. It's a bit more blonde. Can you tell? But I'm definitely in my jammies. Do. I paint with coffee when I accidentally put my brush in it. You know how many times I've done that? When you have a drink and your water cup, and then you put it in the wrong one. Done that. Picking up snaps at Desiree's. Yes. You know what? Maybe I'll go there tomorrow and be like, hey, I'm a YouTuber. You should give me stuff. No, don't do that. That's not professional. Hi, Emily. By the way, my name's Emma, guys. It's not Emily. I love it. So many people call me Emily, and I wonder if just people assume that M is Emily. It's actually Emma, but that's okay. And my last name is LaFave. LaFave. I'm like your favorite artist, LaFave. That's how you remember it. LaFave. LaFave. That's how I would tell my kindergartens to remember. I'm their favorite teacher. You're also an Emma. Hi, Emma G. Yeah, I've never gotten Emily before. It's so funny, but on here everyone calls me Emily. I'm okay with it. Did you know that Emma Stone's actual name is Emily? But there was already an Emily Stone, so she went by Emma, so she's not really an Emma. And I'm blabbering again. Okay. That's okay. You can call me whatever you want as long as you call me. Okay, and I feel like that is enough of me. Thank you for your anxiety and depression video. Thank you guys for, wait, I just learned it's Desi. It's not Desiree? What? Okay, well, okay, sorry. See? Brain goes different ways. I will just say one more time, thank you guys so much for all of your comments on my anxiety and depression video that I did. It was very overwhelming to read your posts. And I got, that's not even to mention all the personal messages I got of people telling me their stories. And I feel bad that, like, it's just so many people have stories. And the fact that we are all dealing with this kills me, and it's not fair, and it makes me angry that, I don't know about you, but if you deal with mental health issues, it's not fair. And the fact that some people have to deal with it and others people are oblivious to it, and it's just it's hard. Just know that when you're feeling at your loneliest, that's the word, you're not, and there are other people like me who are going through the same thing, and we're all just trying to get through, and as long as you get through, that's all you need to do. And you know, I know for New Year specifically, I was feeling a little down, and I know other people do, because people are like, I didn't do anything, you know, last year, my life is worthless. If all you did last year was survive, you did a hell of a lot. So that's all you need to do. Okay? So don't get down on yourself. We're all trying our best just to get through it, and you guys got this. And yeah. Okay, you guys are awesome. But I think it is 10 o'clock and we need to say goodbye. But now that people are saying that they would go on Patreon and like just chat, pay to chat, I would do that too. So this whole thing was about color theory. And I did a bit of color theory at the beginning, and then we just talked. And I will save the video. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. P.O. Box and Patreon. Got you. Thank you. I will write that down right after I'm done here. So thank you guys so much. Oh my God, I'm such a dork. I can't even watch this back. I can't. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night or day wherever you are. If you are in Australia and you are affected by the wildfires that are going on right now, just know I am, you know, with you and supporting you. The comedian actress Celeste Barber, she has a fundraiser that I donated to today to help get some like fire trucks and, you know, people out there because they are in need of funding. And if you can donate, please do that. I can't imagine what people are going through over there. So yeah, but that's about it. Have a wonderful night, guys. And I hope you have a great day. Sleep. I don't know. I'm done. Okay, bye, guys.